doing, mechanics?
There ain't nothing we can't do. Remember that.
We're not Italian.
No, we're not.
But some part of my family history goes back to Italy.
I do have a great grandfather born in Italy, but I guess I am Italian. You could say that, but it's I don't advertise it. I'm not an Italian guy. I kind of look like it, and I kind of act like it with my bracelets and whatnot. But it's more of a Spanish vibe.
I'm racially ambiguous. I could pass for a lot of things, so I'm gonna leave it up to you guys. Your imagination. What am I?
You're a holiday hoobie wuddy.
Yeah. Okay. So today's a sample day. We're going to be showing some samples, things that are be coming out very soon. And we have a couple questions for you. But first, we're going to answer your questions. The first one is from 260 Jake. He's asked us a few times. I don't think we've ever gotten to it. So an expansion set for the SAR 100 up to 24 millimeters and an SAE set. When are we going to have them? An expansion set up to 24 millimeters is not in the cards for now. And
it's not to say that it won't be.
Not to say that it won't be, but it's not something that we're currently working on. And the same thing goes for the standard set. It's not something that we're currently working on. But in the future, all things are possible. And the other one is from Khalid Cabrera. Part number for the keychain doesn't come up on the website. That part number was FPRW10K. And it
FPRW10K.
It absolutely is on the website. Maybe you were looking up the wrong part number, so just try it again. And then from Straubel Films, is there any way to be notified when the DFXL 100A and the DFXL 150 are available? Yes, there's a few ways. One, keep following us on here, because as soon as it comes into stock, it's going to be on this table. Also on Instagram, we'll post a picture as soon as we get it. But we also have email notifications on our website. If you sign up, you go to our website, a little pop-up will come up. You can create an account, just put in your email, and not only will you get 10% off if you hadn't already signed up before on your next order, you will also receive email blasts. And we don't send email blasts.
It's not crazy.
Yeah, we're not
seldom.
We don't spam. But you will receive updates if we get something in stock that's been out of stock for a while, or
it's a newsletter.
Or if we get a new product, that'll be there. And the next one is from George Cipher. What is the part number for the heavy-duty nail clippers? That part number is NCP1, and we don't have an ETA yet.
Now, to be fair, the reason for that is because the pins were not up to standard with what we liked, so we had the pins change out. But when we changed out the pins, the actual jaws of the nail clip, it sounds ridiculous talking about a nail clipper, but the actual jaws of the nail clipper weren't lining up as well as they were before, which doesn't make a whole lot of sense to me, but is what happened. So we are figuring that out, which is why I don't have an ETA for you, but they will be coming.
Yeah, and the part number when it is here will be NCP1, nail clip pliers 1.
Correct.
Now, we had a new segment that we started posting last week called the Spotlight. And we figured that that's a good way to make some shorter, these videos are kind of long, and we get off track a lot of times, and it's more nonchalant, and we're just kind of talking. So we decided to do, a different segment, which is shorter, just talking about one product, more in depth, nice visuals.
But not even more in depth. We cover all the same things here, but I'd go as far as say this is more of a, I hate to say it, but a podcast setting where we kind of throw in our opinions, talk about things a little bit off track, and it's longer format, where that is a short format, right to the point. It's direct. There's no fluff. It's just what the product is, close shots of it, yada, yada. It's all product and very short, so you don't have to spend time wasting hearing about our personal lives, which apparently you don't care about. No, but we are doing that, and not only for our YouTube channel, which is A, where it's at, but B, we also have customers who have flyers themselves, and we'd like to embed a link or a QR code to our YouTube channel just for those spotlight videos to put next to those items in customers' flyers or catalogs, so that when their customers see, hey, boom, or a dealer sees on so-and-so's catalog, this item, what the heck does this do? And they don't follow us or whatever, scan that, and it's going to take them to Spotlight for that product in depth, showing what it's about, what it does, without wasting any time.
Yeah, and we're going to link those videos to our website as well. So if you go to look at like the socket set on our website, you can also watch the Spotlight on that set.
Now, all this being said, it's not going to be like 10, 15 items at once. These videos take a little bit of time. It's A, recording it, B, editing it. This is another thing we do. That's going to be a second thing. We also have another segment coming up, but all this being said, this isn't our full-time job. We do have another job, well, here at VIM, but this isn't all we do. So it is going to be a slower rollout, but eventually they will all get on there.
Yeah. We are not marketing professionals
so it's
or
not
a production company. So we do this kind of like on the side because we want to be
This is
involved
in
with
between
the
phone
public.
calls, emails, dealing with stuff downstairs. This is the second part of our day, put it that way.
Yeah, but we really enjoy it.
It is fun.
So now we're going to be talking about samples, and we're gonna go from the soonest product to
the later ones.
To the later ones.
And this is just some of the items that we have coming out, and we are taking all of these pretty much from our new 2024 catalog that is available on our website now. So you can check out all the new stuff coming because it all has a little new thing next to it. 2024 catalog available on the website. It is being printed currently and being delivered. And the reason we're talking about samples today is basically because we are coming up on the three of the largest shows that we do a year. And the next 2.5, 3 weeks are going to be super hectic. And a lot of these items are going to be shown to your dealers. So that being said, you know about it, and in 3 weeks' time, your dealer will know about it. Well, for most of you, and it'll be a good transition into you ordering it from them.
We're going to start with this because these are already here.
But the reason we have this flex head ratchet is not to show the ratchet.
Right.
We have a question and a new thing we want to try out. This is going to be the first time we're officially allowing you, the viewers. It'll be both on Instagram and YouTube, and at shows with dealers on a survey. But what we're asking is, would you rather see the next batch of these flex head ratchets? Because you did buy up a lot of them, so we're starting to run low on the flex head ratchets. They're starting to get low in stock, and we have to consider the next batch of them. But a lot of you mentioned you didn't want the free flex. So do you want indexing or free flex from here on out? It'll be the same thing, just the mechanism will either be that, free flex, or indexing. And by indexing, I don't mean this way. I mean indexing.
Indexing flex head.
There you go. So it's not locking. Keep in mind, it will not be locking. And I know a lot of you are going to ask.
Detent indexing. I don't know how you would explain that. Some people were saying...
I'm going to call it indexing.
Yeah.
I'm gonna call it.
I've always called it indexing. But
and if you feel the need to correct me.
We'll leave that up. We're going to leave that decision up to you guys. So depending on what you guys think is how our next ratchet will come in.
Free flex, indexing. Not the next ratchet. The next batch of these ratchets. It'll be the same thing. Just have a detent with an indexing mechanism or that. And a lot of you are going to say locking. And I know that is what people want, but that is not what we're doing at the moment. And a big reason that that some companies stray away from the locking, especially a smaller company, is that the locking mechanism is normally what fails on those because people, I'll show you on this close-up, people lock it, and then this is the torque you're supposed to be putting on it, but a lot of times because it's a weird angle, you start torquing this way or this way, and you pull a little bit on the locking mechanism that's not supposed to have
and bam,
force going that way, and it breaks, and then the ratchet is pooped.
Yeah.
So it becomes a warranty nightmare. That being said, indexing, free flex. You tell us, based on the answers from you here, Instagram, and dealers at shows, we will make the decision to forever here move on to flex head ratchets that are indexing free flex.
Okay, so on to the first, it's not really a sample, we just got them in stock like last week.
We have them in a set though too.
We have it in a set, but now we have them individually. The set that it comes in is the IRS 100, that is a ratcheting screwdriver set with bits.
Some of you might recognize it.
This is the magnetic adapter that comes in that set, and this will turn any screwdriver magnetic. And it's auto adjusting. So you can see there's a little bit of flex there. You throw this onto your screwdriver blade, and now it is magnetic. And it's pretty strong. And another thing that's pretty neat about this is that because it's flat on the top, you can kind of put it here. I'm using a Torx screwdriver on a Phillips screw. But if you can imagine, it sits nice and flat on there. So it kind of keeps the screw stable.
It's a lot stronger than just a regular magnetic screwdriver.
And it's very strong. This also demagnetizes it. So if you use the flat sides here and just rub it along the tip and the shaft.
Make sure you get all over it, and that's, pause.
So you do this for a little bit, a little bit of rub, and then it's no longer magnetic. So it's a magnetic adapter that can also demagnetize your screwdriver once you're done.
Complain about that.
And that is part number MBH2. It comes in a 2-pack.
And that is already on the way. But what we do have here for you dealers, something for you, a rare occurrence that we have something specifically for you.
A display for the front table on your truck. Pull that out. And now you have 8 2-packs that you can just pull out and sell like that. And so this is the two.
There's 10 2-packs in there.
There's 1, 2. Okay, I can't count. But this is the MBH2. So this is what the 2-pack looks like. It comes with a green and a blue magnetic bit holder.
A lot of you do
adapter.
ask for other colors. This is one of the rare occurrences that we are going to grant you an additional color, and that color is blue.
The rare occurrence. So we grant you an additional color. Yeah.
Don't ask for red. Don't do it.
So you can see on the side here. This is you can throw a bit in there and use it like a mini handle.
But it'll go on really any hex shank as well, so you can use it for those, those hex shank bits. So you can make all those magnetic on your guns.
Yeah. So what's next?
You can call it impact rated, but it's
impact rated.
I'm saying you're not using it on it. It's just on the shaft. It's not like it's actually.
Oh yeah.
Coming in March. A lot of people have seen the EDM 400, and they asked, that was a bumper removal set, extra deep 1/4-inch sockets. People asked to expand that set to make a full set of it, which we did and listened to. So then you got the EDM 400A, which is available. EDM 400A is a full socket set from 10. What does it go from? I think it goes from. I don't know what it goes from. But EDM 400A, it's 1/4-inch full deep socket set. So the next thing was a 3/8 set, and Michael, tell them all about it.
Okay, so obviously you had the 1/4. We had a bunch of people asking for 3/8. Here it is, extra deep from 10 all the way up to 19 millimeters. All 3/8 drive.
I mean, they look freaking good, man.
Dude, we posted a picture of the EDM 400A on our Instagram. When we were taking pictures of that set, it almost looked fake because of how nice this finish really is. I mean, the satin chrome finish, there's almost like no imperfections. It looks really good. And the size markings are a little bit larger than some of our other sockets. The SMS 400 and SMS 600 have these larger size markings, but now the EDM 400 and EDM 600 do as well. The previous EDM 400 didn't have these markings up here like this. They were just down here. But now you got them on the top.
That's a nice socket set, man.
It's so nice.
That's going to be a big one. You guys asked for that, and I think it's going to be a real big one because we had a lot of people asking us from SEMA, and we barely showed it there. So now that we have a date, March, it should be by the end of March, you should have them, warehouses should have them in stock, so dealers order them, and by the middle of April, your dealer should have it on their truck.
And it is packed in foam, but look at this, okay? I'm holding it on the corner.
That is crazy.
I'm holding it on the corner, and it still stays pretty much flat. This is a very high quality foam. You can, when you hold it in your hands, you'll be able to tell.
And that's one of those things where pictures don't do it justice. The thing with our foam is that we make them dense enough to where they don't flop around even when there's weight in the set, which is what makes it a little bit pricier on our end. But we do absorb that because it does make the entire line look better. And even though it's not at a premium to you, it is worth it for us.
Large part of our private label business is making foams for other brands.
It has helped grow our private label business a lot because people were like, yo, foam me up.
You feel our foam, or people that come around to expos, that have their own brands that walk around, feel our foam, and they're like, I need this.
That's what's great about things like SEMA and other non-flagship shows that we go to. The B2B, it is B2B, but so is the show we're at. But it's like a different level of B2B. Because instead of selling to a warehouse, you're selling to another manufacturer.
Well, you're not selling your own brand.
Yeah, you're selling to another manufacturer, is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
So it's cool. But anyways, enough of that.
There's a lot of interlinking in this industry, and it's neat.
Now imagine explaining that to a girl at a bar. It's just your job in general. They're gonna
What do you do?
Right? You're full of
takes
shit.
like 30 minutes.
Exactly. You're a liar. That's what you are.
Well, first of all, we're both married.
Yeah, but
So
I can remember like 3 occasions having to explain it, and it didn't sound good. They were like, "What?"
Yeah.
They're like, "So you work at Home Depot?" I was like, "No."
Dude, oh my god. I've had one of my friends was like, "Don't you work at a dealership?" I was like, "What do you mean?" He's like, "You work on cars?" I was like, "Oh."
Well, see, it is not an easy thing to explain what we do, especially as our roles have grown and we've done more of this because now it's a whole different aspect. But my wife, for instance, when she used to explain it to her family and friends, like, what does Louis do when we first started dating? How she explained it was he sells tools. So that's why I went to that Home Depot reference because I was like, I don't work at Home Depot. There's a little more to it, and not that there's anything wrong with working at Home Depot. That's fine. It's just not what I do.
Yeah, the tool industry is not a very popular
It
or
is popular.
well.
It's not
no,
public.
Well, it's not well known amongst the lay person.
No, the general public does not understand the ins and outs and ups and downs and back alleys of the tool industry.
No. And most people, if you just ask somebody who's doesn't really work on cars, doesn't know anything about cars, a lot of them don't even know who Matco.
No, they don't know the big name. Well, Snap-on's pretty known.
Snap-on's pretty known.
But there still are some that don't.
But most people are just like, oh, I mean, I know a gear wrench.
The ones that they see at the hardware stores and at the big box Home Depots, Lowe's, those are the ones they know because, granted, that's where they're seeing it. They're not getting on a truck, so they wouldn't know. But
yeah.
Off topic. We're going too far. Okay.
Next
item. Something that is. Let me see if everything else is. I think everything else is now. Yeah. So everything from here on out is going to be in around June, July, August. That span, it just depends on when they get stuff done. But June, July, August is when this stuff will be in.
Can I talk about this now?
Yes.
Okay, you've seen our 10x10. That's the part number, 10 by 10. It's a 10-piece, 10mm set. Now, a 13 by 10. So it's a 13mm master set, all packed on a mag rail. So you have pretty much every variation of a 13mm. You even have the dual drive, spring-loaded, universal socket. And this is kind of a foresight into a set that we're going to have of all dual drive, spring-loaded UJs.
So that's for another sample day.
That's for another sample day. But you've seen the FFDD 400K, the 4-piece set, which is a UJ bit holder, a 1/4-inch adapter, a 10mm, and an E10. Everybody's been asking, can we have this in a full set of sockets? We're going to have that. But it's going to come in this 13 by 10 and a 13mm. We're also going to have a T30 master set, T30 master set.
Same concept, but all T30s.
All different lengths, all different sizes, different types, whatever you need.
And that's something nobody's thought about. At least I haven't seen anybody thought about that. That I could say, I think, is a genuinely
new.
No, how do I put this? Original idea. That's the word.
There's other 10mm master sets out there. The quality is different.
And I don't know if there's 13s or 8s. I don't know if there's any 13.
I haven't seen a 13. I haven't seen a T30. I haven't seen an 8.
So, pioneering.
But just to say, that we listen. We had that 10mm set, and that was like the biggest thing. People were saying, we want 8, we want 13. Nobody said T30. We kind of thought of that on our own. So, when did you say this was? Everything else is now
June, July, August. Be honest, July, August, end of August.
But that part number will be 13 by 10.
Yes. Okay. Next on the docket. So, the TWE26 is our telescoping extendable wrench extender. It goes from, I want to say 17 inches up to 26 inches. It has 3 locking positions. I've talked about it. You've seen it. That is our wrench extender. That extends. Now that holds anything from, I want to say, 8mm to 32mm. And a lot of people, the main complaint was, well, so does your 15-inch wrench extender. And the price point's different, and there's different attachments for the handle. So there's different reasons we came out with the 26 version. But the biggest complaint was that the head did the same as a W15.
There wasn't even a comment about it on the last video.
I give you
the middle finger. the bird.
WE27A head, which this is a sample of, but still in that time frame is when it's coming. Now this bad boy, you can see that it's a lot bigger. I wish I had the other one here in retrospect, but it is bigger than the other one, and this one is going to hold up to 40mm wrenches. And obviously for the smaller end, the 8, 9, this will hold an 8, but it's going to be a lot more loose in here than it would in the other head. So the other head will be used for the smaller range, and this will get you all the way up to 40 for those of you who needed that extra sizing for these wrench extenders.
And someone is going to comment and ask about the one that's going to go on the larger handle.
It is coming.
That is coming. It's just something that is taking a little longer for us to get into production than we thought.
When you're talking about something that large, you have to make sure that this part right here holds up as well as the rest of the tool, which is the biggest challenge.
That if anything breaks on it, it's
that
little
hook.
knuckle.
So when you're talking about a 45 or a 40-inch extendable handle, 3/4 size and big wrenches, that you got to make sure it's
The
right.
larger the wrench that it is trying to hold typically means the more force is being put on it because
It's not typically. It's 100% what it means.
Okay, well obviously. Obviously means that more force is being put on it, so we have to make sure it's going to hold up. And so we're just doing a lot of testing on that one before we come out with it. It will be this year, later in the year.
Yes, but again, TWE26 is what it's available. The head that comes with that set is the WE26A. This new head that's going to be available in July is the WE27A. Keep an eye out for it. It's coming. You asked for it. It's here. All right, next. These two bad boys. They are a variation of what you've seen in the past. We had these, T turbo handles in the past. This is the TT375A for the 3/4 and
the TT250A
for the 1/4 inch. Now the difference between this and previous models is this right here, the collar actually slides down, so whatever position is better for you. So you can easily, and it comes with the bit holders, by the way. So you can easily put a socket on there, get stuff out, makes it real easy. But what we did is we added the 2-step wobble design that we have on our extensions to it. Again, the bit holder comes with it, so you can have it fixed, there's no wobble, or wobble. And you get an extra, I want to say it's
15 degrees.
15 degrees of wobble there. Not only that, but this slide locking collar here goes down. And why does it come down? So that you can grab onto it here, because this also has that same square drive on it. So now you can use it as an L key with some torque, or to get things done fast, pop this up, and bada boom. Again.
Bada bing. That's a Sopranos reference.
Bada bing. We have the 1/4 inch and the 3/8. So we have both of those, and those part numbers are TT250A, TT375A, available probably August. That one's probably towards the end of it. So August. That's what we're aiming for. Again, these are soft numbers, not firm. Things happen, but these are the dates that we currently have.
Bang.
I am energized today, man.
I get the next one.
I think I had too much coffee.
I had a lot of coffee.
I had way too much coffee.
I was at Tires Plus this morning because I blew a tire last night, hit a pothole. I was like an hour from home. I hit a pothole, changed the tire, drove home. So I had to go have the tire replaced this morning, and they had free coffee. And I was waiting for an hour.
You, coffee, and free?
Dude, I was literally just sitting there like refilling, sitting on my phone. Like,
yeah, no, you guys got a bathroom? No? Okay.
I think you need another tire. I was like, go for it. Put it on.
Get behind the counter, start.
I'll take it. You guys get the car. We have a part number V2400G. It's an auto-adjusting oil filter plier. We've had it for quite some time, and it's very popular. You can use it on any oil filter, most automotive oil filters, with just squeezing the handle. You don't have to adjust it at all. It has an auto-adjusting mechanism along the side.
But many people have different types of oil filter pliers, so there's a ton of them. The market's saturated with them. There aren't very many that are like the adjustable ones that we carry, but there are tons of oil filter pliers for the automotive market. What there is not is an automotive, or is a extra large, heavy duty oil filter plier for things that are not standard in the automotive industry.
Look at that. That sounds like a shotgun.
This thing is huge. It does.
That does sound like a shotgun.
It does sound like a shotgun. It's crazy.
Okay, so the other one, if I were to lay the other one right next to it, sitting at the bottom, it would go to like right here. It's
That's
much
a
smaller.
big old boy. It's big.
And it's auto-adjusting, so this mechanism that is right here will auto-adjust. All you have to do is pull the trigger, and you're good. So there's nothing else like this. There's no auto-adjusting oil filter plier out there for heavy-duty mechanics to work on, those large like semis or heavy machinery. Now there is. And this will be the V2400 XLG. And again, June, July, around that time.
And now the reason we took so long to actually, because we've shown this before and people loved it, people asked for it nonstop. The reason we took so long to come out with it is because we had to have a marketing plan intact for it, which we now do have, because it was super expensive to tool this item because nobody else had done it. So that item, it was over $35,000 invested in just tooling to get that thing going. That being said, we had to make sure we could cover our butts on it very quickly without, making it insanely expensive for you, even though it's not a cheap item.
For anyone that doesn't know what tooling is, it literally is just to design the molds and things that are used to manufacture this. There's an upfront cost to design all of that.
The process is dies, molds, whatever. It's setting up a machine to be able to make what you're making.
Yes.
And when there's not something close to it already, it makes it much more difficult.
Yeah. And we weren't quite sure if that investment was going to be worth it because we didn't have a way to market really to heavy-duty mechanics. We're not known for having heavy-duty tools.
But our customers are.
And so, V2400 XLG around June, July, August.
Actually, no, that one, and that was a hiccup on my part, that one is already on a container. So
Is it?
Yeah, so that should be
that's
available in the next month and a half.
Bam. Again, if you want to know when it's going to be released, newsletter, or follow us on social media.
All right, now we got 2 sets we want to show you. I'll let Mikey start with this one.
Okay, we got 2 metal cases here. So don't mind the scuffs on here. This has been thrown around a lot because whenever we have samples, we bring them to a lot of places. Whenever we go to shows or travel to show them to other customers, it gets thrown in a box, and we don't put much wrapping in that box. This is all ball end bits, and there's a few things in here you might recognize, like our RFB 400K
with a twist.
With a twist. So for those of you who haven't seen it before, with this adapter, this is a regular quarter square drive ratchet. It's a very low profile ratchet with a finger wheel on the back. Okay. The square drive is removable. You can throw it on the end. You can use it this way, right? L key. Or line up that dotted line with the white dot on the head. And now...
You mentioned the thing on the bottom? Yeah, you did.
You have a T-handle. Okay? And here's the twist. We put a spinner handle on the ratchet. So now it's like a true speed handle or speed T-handle. You can also throw the bits in there. So here you go. Here's all your bits. You have ball hex and ball torques.
So you got to talk about them bits, bro. Them bits are where it's at.
Well, yeah, I know, but we put a twist on the ratchet. I got to talk about the ratchet first. So
you're interested in now, huh, buddy?
You have 2 through 10 millimeters hex, or you have 3/32 to 3/8 in standard hex. You also have T10 up to T55 torques. Also included in this set is a bit holder, quarter square drive to quarter bit holder. So this is a really nice set. All of these bits are made from S2 steel, and they have that raw S2 finish that we've been putting on a lot of our new stuff, which looks so good to me.
Now, why? Because I knew people were gonna ask this. Why the bit holder? If it's a bit ratchet, magnetic. It's a magnetic bit holder.
What's the part number, Louis?
The part number on that is the FRBB34.
Bam! That is going to come in this nice metal case with a clip.
If you need to reference it, our catalog, like I said, is available now. Check it out. Now, that is a larger box set. This is a super small box set. This set will be the king of tight access for you.
For reference.
Now, the VHC77 has been the king of tight access, and it will forever be. But that's like Odin. He's out of the way now. Now you got Thor. Right? Check this out. The VHC42, a 42-piece, super mini bit set to where you have all of the same size bits as the VHC77. These are all 5/8 overall length, right? Yeah. 5/8 overall S2 bits. These bits are super strong. They hold up very well. The reason, I'd like to say it's because they hold up so well that we don't get warranties for them, but I believe the reason is because people lose them because they're so small. Regardless, we don't get these bad boys back.
We rarely do, and we've been selling them for a very long time.
So what we did is we made a smaller, more condensed set that's not as big. It doesn't have all the 5/16 bits, so it's smaller, obviously. 42 pieces as opposed to... You good, buddy?
Yeah, crawl back into your hive.
He didn't want to hear about it. 42 pieces instead of 77, and now the real kick to make this a tight access set is this bad boy right here. This is the world's smallest bit ratchet. I mean, look at that thing.
That's a
super tiny. It's a ratchet. There you go. It has the thumb spinner, like Michael said, with the other thing to make it easier to run stuff in so you don't have to turn it. Now, you can use it just like this if you really need a tight spot, but you can also use it as a full 5-inch. That way, you can put a bit in here. Like Michael said, you can use it as an L key if you stick the actual extension in it and put a bit on the bottom here. And it also comes with a square drive, so you can do the same thing with sockets as you can with 1/4-inch bits. But I mean, when you get
and this does not have the pass-through head. The ratchet's too small.
Exactly.
It's the same extension, and the extension has the dotted line, but it doesn't pass through that ratchet.
Now let's take a 4mm hex, something that's very popular, right? You need it there. Stick that half-cut bit in there. I mean, that is, guys, come on.
No, it is super tiny.
Come on. If I had,
it's when you need a little bit of finesse, and you just need your
pen.
fingers.
This is a freaking pen. Look at that.
Yeah.
It's barely wider than a pen, the profile you get. So, I mean, it's super tight access. And like I said, you can stick the extension in it and make a full 5-inch one. And it's a really versatile little kit. Now, the problem is probably going to be getting them out. I got that one out a lot easier than I assumed I would. But, again, VHC42 coming in July, August-ish. It is in our catalog. Check them out. It'll be in this foam with this configuration. I hope you like it because I think it's a banger.
We have to fight back against the engineers.
Right? They want to make it harder. We're going to make it easier on you.
Yeah.
August.
Everyone has been asking about these.
August, because there were some videos at SEMA that got pretty big. August is when these are coming out. Now, it should be a full set. I want to say it's going to go from... It's either 8 or
19.
10. It's 8? Okay. 8 to 19 millimeters. You see it has the deep box, the flex head.
12 point.
12 point, set of spline, bada bing. Flex head, reversible ratcheting wrenches. The Nora 150, as it were, is the part number for that. NORA 150 will be the part number for this. It will come on a mag rail, and it will be a whatever many pieces that is, because we said, right, we said 8 to 19. Okay. Now, what is this? Obviously, I explained what it was, but how you use it is you use it with an extension as you would a normal ratcheting wrench. So the point of it is to make it A, cheaper than a regular ratcheting wrench kit. B, you can use it with 4 different extensions in terms of length. So now you have 4 different size wrenches. You're not stuck with one size.
Yep.
You can make it as short or as long as you need it. So it's super versatile in that sense. And it comes on this Super Duty cool mag rail.
Super Duty.
Super Duty mag rails. No,
this that might be trademarked.
The mag rail that people love, it's coming on it.
Yeah. But you can use it with any length extension that you have in your toolbox. If you need something that is only like 10 inches long, you can use that. If you have a 20-inch long extension, you can use that. You can put a whole bunch of extensions together to create whatever kind of box end ratcheting wrench you want.
And again, for a not a fraction.
And on the very end, it'll be a flex head.
For less than what you would have to buy the entire set for. Especially if you had to buy 3 different size sets, like lengthwise. But that's neither here nor there.
Yeah. There's
are
less
coming.
steel that you are purchasing.
And you're going to want them.
You already spent the money on your extensions.
Nora 150, NORA 150. Again, they're not available yet. Please understand that. August is when they will be delivered. But they are coming, and I want you to know. And we will revisit this as time gets closer for all these sets to be released. We will talk about them again in depth. But we wanted to give you a little bit of a taste of what's coming. There are a ton more new items in the catalog that we did not discuss today. But you are more than free to check it out yourself and ask questions about it, and then we can maybe show them afterwards.
Yeah, like we've said before, we get ahead of ourselves on the show, and we like to show samples and things before they get here, and we've done that with all of these samples before, so we wanted to give an update and also show some of them, because, you know, I don't think we've ever shown that ball and bit set before.
Maybe, yeah, probably not.
Or the extra large oil filter pliers. So we wanted to show you guys some new cool things that we're going to have pretty soon. And don't feel like now there's going to be no surprises, because we have a lot more new products than this coming this year.
The reason we did this is because more likely than not, the next episode is going to be short, condensed, not a whole lot of information, because we will be traveling, like I said, to these shows. We have 3 shows in 8 days, so it's a lot. 3 expos in 8 days.
Yeah, we'll be out of town for like a week and a half.
Sunday to Sunday.
Yeah, a week.
Or sorry, it's 7 days, yeah. Anyways, that being said, in the middle of that, we might have to record this sometime this week, and it'll be shorter, condensed, whatever. But we'll be back to our regular scheduled programming in the coming week.
Yep.
Lastly, we want to offer you guys a closeout of the day, which we haven't done in a while.
This is the SD29. Okay, what's the price of this on the website? It's like 20 bucks, 25 bucks?
It's cheap. I don't know what it is. It's a big-ass pry bar screwdriver, and it's not priced like it is. So
Yeah, it's on Closeout, and we don't have many of them left. So if you would like one...
blue handle.
Yeah, blue acetate handle with a striking cap on the back.
You can see it's built all the way through. It's not cheap. This goes all the way through the handle, all the way up to the striking cap. So you can really...
This is an old product that Vim made a long time ago. And
random, but cool.
Yeah, very random, but we did make it, and we still have some of them left. I believe it's less than 100 pieces.
It is a pry bar, but he called it a flat tip screwdriver, and that kind of, I think that...
Everybody has a use for this.
I know, but it drew people off because it literally looks like a screwdriver, but it is a pry bar.
Yeah. So if you could use this, go check it out on our website. It is on super huge discount.
Because there's not many left, and we're not bringing them back, but I think there's maybe 20 left.
Just trying to clear up space and give you guys a good deal.
You want a piece of VIM history? There it is.
So, part number SD29.
And I think that was a very informative, full, super freaking long episode, and I think we'll all be, yeah.
Yeah. And so stay tuned for next week's episode. Like we said, it might be a little short. We'll see how we get around to that. But thank you guys for tuning in, and we will see you next week.
Peace.